Hey guys, I come back. I come back today for this really special streaming about my adventure here on Gods Unchained, together with all the community, of course. Because I'm thinking that I didn't start to streaming just for myself, for my little pleasure, but to try to share my little satisfaction. Uh, my madness with with all the community. That's so here we are, and nothing. So I want to say just this, guys. If you know some other people that they like this game or that they want to start to play this game, I suggest you to invite invite them, especially during this live streaming, because this is it's really special for me. This is really special because I waited months. I planning a lot to try to achieve. I think a good deck without spending all my savings. I can say, because I am not a whale. I consider myself a common player. Common player like 98% of this community, you can say. That's it. So so I can say I am almost ready. I want to just to check 1 second my friends on Twitter if they read my post about this live streaming that is already started practically just in these minutes. Yeah, yeah. I'm receiving a lot of notifications. Just to check. Okay. Okay, there is a new post. I think there is a new. Okay, yeah. Just give me just 1 minute, guys. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this is done. Okay, notification there. Perfect. So, guys, thank you to join me this today. About I repeating about this streaming that is not my classic streaming. I'm not going to stream about this specific streaming any game. I want to just to share with you this great moment. This great moment about my adventure here with Gods Unchained, because I planned this moment long ago, and finally achieving this little personal goal. I cannot say it's a dream because it's not a dream. The dream, maybe is to find homox, but I don't want to dream. I want to just to try to make my my little path inside the game. And today is a special day. It's a special day because I'm going to finally to achieve this result, this full diamond deck that is not just a random full diamond deck, but is the deck that I want to start to play with from, can say, from tomorrow. When we'll get finally the new feature of daily daily earn. So I am here. Now I'm going to show you my collection, I can say my deck inside the game. After that, after I'm going to finish the forging, I'm going to show you, of course, the value of the collection in this moment on the market. So to start, let me select the right window for you. Should be this one. Okay. Okay. So guys, like you can see, yeah, of course I have already changed the name of this deck. It's not it's not anymore the ranked weekend ranked, like you prefer to say it. Is now the official name of this deck is daily play earn. I cannot write daily play and earn because it's already the maximum length that I can use for the name of this deck. And so practically I already started, of course, to test this deck. It's really difficult to play it, but is cannot be a limit for me because I want to master this deck. This deck is really difficult. I repeat, it's really difficult, and sometimes you can just lose when you are not really focused. Focus like is the most important match of your life, like some final or some great tournament of this sport. So if I'm not in that, I don't live in that attitude. That is my final every single game. It's possible to lose. If it's possible to lose, so it's not invincible. Of course, it's not invincible. And like you can see, I don't use in Demogorgons. I am really proud of this because I don't want to waste my money, my crypto for base version Demogorgons. I need 2 Demogorgons, so I need to spend $1,000. Trust me, guys, if I learn something about this game, the real investment about the cards is matters. It is just about the diamonds, because at least, guys, if you're going to invest in diamonds cards, for sure it's really difficult that the diamond cards, especially I don't speak about the mortal set, of course, but especially the older set, Genesis, Trial, and Order, for sure they cannot lose value. For sure, guys, because since I start to create my diamond deck, I see that the value on the market of these cards are grow up. Is something about math. Is the same thing about the Genesis set, guys. At the beginning, nobody cannot could imagine that after 3 years, 3 years and a half, 4 years, the value of the Genesis set for specific cards, of course, not all the single cards, it became incredible. Like the Demogorgon the Demogorgon is the perfect example about this. It's not a legendary card; it's epic, but is so strong that now all the community, or great part of the community, want to play with the Demogorgons. But for me, it's not the way. It's not my key to try to achieve the maximum potential of my personal gameplay. So what I want to say that right now I have already about this specific deck 25 diamonds, 25 cards, single diamond. So I'm going to practically to forge 5 cards, the last 5 cards. About these 5 cards, 4 are core set, and the last one will be the trial. And this card is the last one that I have added about this specific deck. That personally I would like to call it multi-class control structures, not just not just the classic control light, because using so many structure about other classes, thanks to the architects, or using neutral structure, practically your gameplay, specifically this deck, is not anymore a light deck. It's a multi-class. It's becoming a multi-class deck, especially if you understand the mechanics how to play the single cards during the game. It's not easy, of course. It's not easy because sometimes I cannot have the fortune, for example, to get within the first 20 cards the Lysander's Mercy, that I have two here, you see, 2 diamond. So in that case, I will be really difficult, but it's not a common thing. It's not a common. I try, of course, to resist to play these 2 cards, so the time to build my gameplay and to build my combos inside the game. So this deck, I want to share this specific deck, that of course, but I think it's not for everyone. So because I have already got requests to send the code of this deck, or really similar to this deck, because I just in the last weeks I just changed 2 free cards, just that. But I repeat, I can get 25% of win rate. Another person with the same cards can get just 35%, because it's difficult. It's a difficult deck, but I think the best part of this game is to try to achieve victories not so easy. For example, inside the community, the aggro decks are really popular, but I think are popular because for I can say for some reason are more easy to manage compared, for example, different decks like control decks. But because not all the control decks are the same. In my specific case, I repeat, is not the classic control light deck. It's just a coincidence, for example, that I use in the light class, because with the light class, I tested a lot. I can say thousands of games before to achieve this last form. That is really personal. I repeating without problem. It's personal. So if it's good for me, maybe for other 100 people of the community is totally useless. It's totally. I don't want to say a bad word, but because I try to be always polite during my streamings, and because I don't like to say bad words, I don't like to insult the other players. Of course, during my streaming, during my games, I like to take a little bit Mickey of the other player that cannot hear me. Of course, cannot hear me. Mickey I think in the right way.